G'day everybody, welcome back. Listen, today I think it's going to be a slightly shorter episode, mainly because two reasons. Not a lot to do today, and what we have got is going to be mostly boring, so I don't want to bore you to death by picking up bales, but that's what we're going to do for a little bit. But what I am going to do is get a trailer organised to give me a hand, so I'm not going to be carrying them one by one back to the bale shed. And the other thing I want to do, the other thing I want to do is get a lime spreader, because I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time. I'm not going to do the whole episode picking up bales, but I want to take a good chunk of it out. Maybe in the next episode I'll finish off the bales, and then also that episode I want to plough that field up here into a grass field, make it a good sized grass field to be able to use for the sheep. And also I want to look into these to see if I can make some silage. I haven't really looked into these. As far as I know, they look like silage bunkers. Compacting, yes, okay, well there you go. That must, unless there's some sort of modded bunker, but as far as I can see, this is going to be a silage bunker, which I'm going to give it a go. And the worst case scenario, well, I'll just dump it into the grass into the barn. If I can't turn it into silage, I'll dump it into the barn over here, dump it into the in with the sheeps, and if I have excess of that, I'll just sell it. Either or, I want to do some work with this field. It's too much of a resource to just to sit and do nothing. Anyway, off to it. I want to get a trailer organised. That's my first priority. Doesn't that tractor look better now it's had a nice wash? I reckon it looks awesome. Yeah, okay, let's go. Here we go. Enough jibber jabber. Off to the shop. What's the time? 9:36. That's a little bit of waffle. Okay, and I think today is going. I keep saying that, it ends up being long episodes, but I really do think it's not going to be an incredibly long episode. I don't want to do an hour in this field over here picking up bales, because that would be, although that would be productive, it'd be boring as heck, and I'm not going to do that to you guys. So, firstly, I want to get a trailer that I can use as a bale trailer, and one that I can convert into a grain trailer, or at least something to carry something. You know, if I'm going to buy a trailer, I might as well make it as useful as possible. Anyway, let's hop out and turn the engine off. Hop out and see what's on offer. Okay, trailers. Right. Oh yeah. Oh, these look all right. What's this one here? That's a nice looking trailer. What does it hold? 18. That's a good amount for a starting, and not a bad price either. Capacity. Okay, it's got a cheat capacity and a normal capacity. Okay, but it hasn't got a bale facility. Okay, well, that's not good enough. We need something that can be converted into a bale trail. What do we got here? We got 40,000 and 40,500. What's the difference? Capacity 18.5. Okay, 18.5 basic trailer, not a bad looking trailer, but yeah. Okay, what's the comparison to a 301? Okay, what's the difference? Extension. Okay, hang on, what we got here? Okay, that's nice. That's 3,500, 43,500 to, yeah. How much is it? 24. Has quite a nice trailer, a bit expensive I think for what you're getting. Nevertheless, it's a nice looking trailer. I'd have to get rid of that red if I got this, it's just too out there. Yeah, I think I'll just keep it like that, it's too bright. But needless to say, it's not really good for me. Back, what else we got? Maybe this one. I've used it before. What's the extension on it? Okay, well there's a bale trailer option. That's probably all we really need, and it can be. Hey, is that 8 million? Surely not. Am I reading that wrong? Is that a mod? Look, I'm going to get it for the simple fact that it's a bale trailer, and later on, off camera, I'll test it to see if it's a cheat trailer. In other words, if converted to that, if it's 8 million or 8,000, I'm a bit concerned about the quantity. If it's a standard fill size, then I'll use it at a later stage for that. But if it is holding unrealistic volumes, I'll just keep it as a bale trailer, because that's essentially what I'm buying it for anyway. And there's no way I can have a trailer with that amount of red in it. I'm going to have to dial that down a lot. Okay, well, how does that look? Okay, and we'll put it back to and actually what I might do, I might continue with this dull green theme, and I might change this to the brown. Yeah, I like that. That's not so severe on your eyes. I'm gonna buy that. I'm happy with that. Okay. Yeah, I really like that green colour, that off green colour. And yeah, I'll come back for the line spreader later. I'm just trying to calculate how much. I really don't want to spend a lot of time. I want to do a good job in clearing these bales, but at the same time I don't want to have a whole episode devoted to picking up bales. So we'll pick up a few, and maybe put some water in our what do you call it, the greenhouses. Give them a drink, because I don't want them running out. I'm not going to bother filling them right up. Again, it'd be pretty boring to spend the whole thing going to and from the creek. Nevertheless, I'll still put a few in. Now, actually, we're going to go straight into the field now, aren't we? Right, I'm just going to change the view so I get a better idea where to park it. Right, so that's the road, I've got that there. I might just stick it in here. Cut that out and start picking them up. Wow, they're not really easy to see. Now these, sorry, wrong one. These bales aren't that heavy. I'm not using super strength. I consider that a cheat. I know plenty of people use it, and good on them. Everyone's entitled to play the game they want, but I like to keep it as real as practical. But these are basically small bales for the game. They are 81 kilos. Now anything under 200 kilos is liftable. When you have a look at the weight on things, I know most people know this, but in case you don't, if you hold your hand over an item you're about to pick up, you'll notice the mass, in other words the weight, and that says 81 kilos. Now if that said anything over 200, you wouldn't be able to pick it up, not without super strength or a good sized tractor. Okay, so I'm just going to continue this for a while, and then because I want to turn this into, as I said, I want to turn this into a big grass field. I want to turn this into a real grass field. Oh, lost him. There he is. So I'm probably going to stop talking now so I can concentrate on what I'm doing, and you're just going to have to put up with a bit of me pouncing around this field, picking up whatever I can. And I can't wait to start tearing this field up and, you know, progressing through the series. It's a nice sized trailer actually, and $6,000 considering you can upgrade it. And I hope it's not a cheap trailer because I quite like I've used this trailer before, but I don't recall seeing 8 million. That's what's throwing me at the moment. It might just be a fancy way of, you know, writing 8,000 litres, and that being the normal capacity, and that's fine. And I hope that's the case because, like I said, at the end of the day, I really like this trailer. It's a good starting trailer because it's, you know, not only can you, as I said, convert it to a grain trailer, it's got different sizes. Although, let's face it, you're probably just going to get the bale trailer and just get upgraded to the highest capacity, but the option's still there. And the other thing I like about it, obviously when you do start updating your equipment and get bigger trailers, you can use it for the sake of filling up feed for your animals, you know, for the smaller jobs. It's always going to be a handy thing to have, you know, so it's definitely worth holding on to. There's a trailer, that smallest trailer, I can't think of the name, it's on the tip of my tongue, that the one down from this one at the shop, similar. It's a, you know, it's convertible, and I use it all the time, and I end up turning it into a trailer to pick up the stones, well, empty the stones from the stone picker, and it does a really good job for that. So yeah, these small trailers are definitely worth holding on to. You know, I mean, we all buy one straight up early in the game, but there's no point selling them because there's always a use for them, I suppose is what I'm trying to say. Sort of tripping over my words, don't mind me, it's just the way I am. I'm not really good at doing two things at once. Believe me, I'm constantly thinking at the moment. And I got these, you know, these little sheep that are voicing their opinion on everything too at the moment. Now, can I go another layer? I think I can, yet. How's that? A bit off. I'll fix it. So that's good enough for me. Alright, so if I can just concentrate on one area first. As I said, I'm not going to spend the whole day. I just want to get a good couple of loads of this. The other thing I was thinking about, I haven't done anything about it though, is with the other fields that I got there. Fields 1 and 2 is putting some beehives. Maybe I was thinking straight down the middle of them, although that's a track for the tractor. So either that or on the two outsides, running some bees. Not specifically as a generator, but I've never really gone into bees, number one, and number two, I've heard that they increase the yield from your fields because of the pollination that the bees bring to the field. So I reckon it's definitely worth a go. Whoop, am I off centre, am I? No, just clumsy. Let's see if we can do that again. Let's see if we can do a better job. Maybe I didn't push it hard enough. Oh. Alright. Maybe I'll slide the other couple over a little bit and see if we can. I suppose it doesn't have to be perfect. Come on, get down. Come on. I created the gap for a reason. Right, can I put a strap over you now? Now you've got enough. You got enough purchase to stay on. Up a little bit. That looks better. Alright. I'm just trying to clear out one section at a time. I might give 2 trailer loads and that'll be it. Like I said, I'm not going to bore you guys to death. I might even just do 1 trailer load. No, I'll try and do 2 because the less I do, the more I do now means the quicker I'm going to finish it for the next episode, which I'll be planning on ploughing our field through here. Now, we got any more around here? Yeah. There's just no end to them. Oh boy. Now I might go a different way this way. Maybe I go crossways. How's that looking? I deliberately left it overhang a little bit just to allow, I'm not sure where the centre's going to be, but just to allow a bit of give on the other side for any oncoming bales, which will be this one here for a start. And which way is that going to go? Is that going to go down that way? Alright, that looks pretty good to me. Alright, I'm just going to sort of scour the perimeter a bit more. I'll go another layer. Let's see how we go. I'm afraid if I stack them too high, they're going to start rocking and rolling. You know, the old farm sim physics. It used to be a real thing in the earlier releases. I loved it. I loved all the series, but FS19, it was renowned for having a whole heap of physics, especially with forestry. And you know, it's funny, there was I've forgotten which tree it was, but it was a real ugly tree with lots of weird branches, and everyone that did forestry always left alone because it was a hard thing to chop and it had a lot of hidden collisions. You didn't see the collisions unless you went into the like I don't know what you call it, the developer screens. Like, developers have like hidden screens that they can use, and it shows you all the collision points and all the light points. And unless you weren't familiar, if you weren't familiar with those, it's a real struggle to be able to load and do forestry with these particular trees. Now, I used to chop them up and manhandle them and do everything I can to put them on trailers and take them to the forestry, that we call the sawmills and that. And they absolutely paid out. Not many people, I don't think. Well, when I say not many people, on the internet, I didn't come across anyone actually stating that. All I heard was keep away from these trees because they're a real pain in the butt to, and they were a real pain in the butt to chop down that. But you know, I was getting, like for instance, I think the pine was a classic tree that when you're doing forestry, everyone loved to do because they're nice and straight. They were easy to, delimb. And they're still worth a fair chunk of change. But I think they're averaging, from memory, about $1,500 per tree. Now these trees that I used to chop up, you had to work. You had to work for it though to get it onto the trailer. But they were paying over $7,000 a tree. And I used to. I won't call it an exploit, but it was an exploit. I think that it was never really, I never really heard much about. But in the other releases of FS, like 22 and this one, every release it got better and better, and they are much more less of these strange physics and that. They're still a thing, but I think the game has really, every release has just improved so much. And don't get me wrong, even FS19, I was absolutely addicted to that game. Still, I don't play FS19 now, but it got me so addicted. And yep. Although, well, that wasn't me. The addiction hasn't left me. I'm still just as addicted to this game as ever. It's just, and I love the fact that they're trying to make it a bit more difficult, in the sense like, oh, maybe difficult's the wrong word. More realistic. Make you work for your money. Like, for instance, precision farming, for instance, and I said it before, I wasn't going to do precision farming, not on this map. I mean, I love this map. I think it's just too small for precision farming. I'll do other maps, and yeah, I'm happy to do precision farming on a bigger map, absolutely. I can fit another one down here too, by the look of it. That one's got its name on it right here. So, how are we going? Is that looking pretty neat? It's pretty good. Wouldn't say perfect. Actually, I'm not going to spend any more time down on this side. I'll just start on the other side. Oh, excuse me. So, I did say this episode wasn't going to be a big one, but I mean, I've actually got a clock in front of me this time, so, and I think it's been about roughly about 25 minutes so far. So it's not. It still will be a decent episode, as in length. It's up to everyone else's opinion about quality. I'm doing this game for my enjoyment, and I love the game so much, and I'm forever talking to myself through the game when I'm doing my own playthroughs. And somebody said jokingly to me, you should do your own channel, that way it'll be semi-normal that you're talking to your game through your game. I laughed it off. Then later on I said, well, hell, why not? It's not such a bad idea. And now I'm learning how to do it, as in YouTube channel side of things. It's been a steep learning curve for me, but I have been throwing everything in the background. I've been throwing absolutely everything at it. I really have. I've even purchased some decent software, and I want to be able to, when I can work out how to use it, deliver a better presentation. I won't say professional presentation, because to be professional takes time, but at least better. That means adding some music, adding some, I won't say cutscenes, I'm not sure what you even call it, but when you're doing a big job, like ploughing a huge field, you speed it up and you watch your tractor go whizzing around with a bit of music, so you don't have to sit and, I mean, I don't mind doing it, but for the sake of making it viewable to appeal to other people, yeah, I'd like to be able to do that. I don't know how to do that, but I've got the tools to do it now. Now I've just got to be able to work out how to do it. Now, I've asked before if anyone knows how to do it, put in the comments to give me a few tips or even recommendations. No point recommending me anything as in software now, because I've actually gone out and bought a pretty expensive package, a pretty professional package too. It's nothing cheap, but I don't know. I'm still trying to. I'll tell you the name of it. It's what is it? DaVinci Resolve 20. But if anyone knows how to use that and they can give me some tips, absolutely. Well, listen, I think that's a reasonable load straight up. Let's go for it and get rid of it. As I can see now, I've pretty much cleared that side. There's one over there near the pavement. So actually, in the scheme of things, there's not that much left. So you know, there's a good chunk of here, maybe 2 more trips. You know, and I suppose I don't even have to get every single one of them, because let's face it, I'm not going to be able to get every single one of them straight up. I'll do my best, and then when I start ploughing, I'll find the ones that I've missed, and I can just stick them to the side, or throw them over the fence to the sheep, and they can have it. They can enjoy it. Actually, I'm not going to bother doing another round of bales. I think I've tortured everyone enough. So we're going to go down here, get rid of these bales, and I'll go down and buy the lime spreader before I forget, because I don't want to get locked out of the shop, and I want to have everything ready when I do want to plough up the field. I will put lime down. Obviously I have it fertilised. There's so many things I need to get. I'm even going to get a grass roller, because ultimately that'll save me a layer of fertiliser, you know. So they're expensive, but if you're going to be growing grass and using it, I reckon they're essential. Right, let's see how this baler works. Bale shed works. I've never used this, but I tell you what, I was mucking around with it the other episodes. I reckon it's fabulous. Okay, well, nothing's happening here. I've probably got to release the straps, but I'll just plant it in here and see how we go. I'll take the straps off, and there we go. Oh, there they are there. I wonder. Okay, so we got 25 out of that. Escape. I want to have a look at it. I like this shit. I like this mod. I think I'll definitely. I wonder if they accept loose grass as well. Maybe convert it. I don't know. I'll find out. I'll do a test at a later stage. Okay, now I want to find a home for this trailer. You know what? I think I'm just going to stick it behind here, because I don't want to be looking for it. It kind of makes sense to have it near the bale shed. I can hear. Okay, that looks like a hayloft behind me. I've only ever used one of these in I think it was FS19 on Spectacle Island, which was another fabulous map. Yeah, I don't really use these, but I did use it in that map. Oh wow, I'm really enjoying this map. Alright, enough jibber jabber, let's go. That's fine. Okay, let's sorry, I was just changing my view and stretch. Wow, I'm gonna nip into my greenhouses, or how? Oh no, I thought it looked different. Maybe it was just because of the rendering with the planter boxes. Right, now we're going to the shop. I have a fair idea what I want to get. It's a little $2,000 spreader. Oh, hang on, I think that spreader only does fertiliser the more I think about it. In the back of my mind I thought it did lime, but I'm thinking about it now, I think it only does does fertiliser, it doesn't do lime. Oh, I'll check it out when I get there. How much have I got? 65,000. Wow, that's right, I bought the trailer. I was wondering where all the money went. Okay. Now where are we? It's over here. Hey, the shop's open. I was getting sick and tired of driving to the shop to find out it's closed. Alright. Hold up. Hold fire. I'm just going to hop out for a sec. Spreaders, where are you? Not that far down, I don't think. Maybe you are. Here. That one. Oh, okay. That's fertiliser. and I've got that one, and that only does fertiliser. That does both, and that does only fertiliser. Well, they've made the choice pretty easy for me, haven't they? And that'll be that one. Yeah, I've got one of these in my new foundations. I think it was the name of the map. It's a 4K map anyway. Foundations, and yeah, works a treat. I've had it fully upgraded. Mind you, I've got some really big fields out there, and it definitely works a treat. I'm just having a look at the options. That's 9,000. Yeah, I got these on the other one. 8,000. I really don't think I need that at this stage. Maybe when I get some bigger fields. Like I said, the whole point of this playthrough is to buy all the fields. When I get bigger fields, I'll no doubt put the spreading discs on. But I do like the idea of having a capacity extended, because that's not that expensive, and it means I don't have to worry about having bags of lime everywhere. How much is that? 47.65. Listen, I know spending my money, but this is essential equipment, and even our first harvest is going to be harvested without lime, so I don't think I've got no choice. I've absolutely got to get this, which I have already. Back now, the other thing I obviously need is some lime, because I'm not going to do it in this episode, but I'll definitely be doing it in the next episode, I reckon. And it'll be I won't say a long session, but it'll be a decent sized session. I think I'll get 6 of these. I think from memory that's what they hold. Yeah. Okay, so down to 15,000. Wow, I think I started with 70 before, but like I said before, this is all essential equipment. Having this is it's essential if I'm going to be expanding my farm. I mean, there's no point mucking around trying to save money if you can't buy any land, and if you got the land and you haven't got the equipment, well, guess what? You don't make any money. You need the land and you need the equipment. It's as simple as that. Everyone knows that. Alright, let's just tip your toe into here. There we go. Oh, yeah. Giddy up. Right, now I can't remember, is that filling up? Yep. I can't remember if all 6 are going to go in. It's either all going to go in, or it's just going to miss out. Okay. It's either going to be all in, or we're going to be left with a tiny amount left. Either way, it won't matter. I've got forks on the other end. I can take the bag with me, worst case scenario. But it's, to me, I think I'll have a better idea at the end of this bag. I'll be able to guesstimate the amount. Yeah, I think it's going to fit. I'm pretty sure it's just going to fit. So what I'll do is I'll take this back to the farm, and then I'll fill up the tanks for the greenhouses. I'll give them a drink, and that'll probably be the episode. Again, it's been a bit of a slow, but still, when you think about it, it's still quite productive, because, you know, look what we've just bought. Plus the bale trailer, and not to mention between these episodes our fields are growing, so it's just, you know, every day is getting closer to the harvest, and once I can start making some serious money, I can continue my quest to buy these plots of land, all these, what's for sale. Like I say, I want to own this island. That's what I want to do. That's right, my whole plan. Right. Off to the farm. I recently bought a Thrustmaster this is not sponsorship by any means, but I recently bought a Thrustmaster controller, again farm stick. I'll spit it out. Just gonna see where I'm going first. Get my idea. Okay, I think the sheds in front of me are going to be too small, as in height, but this Thrustmaster farm stick, and I gotta tell you, it is fantastic. I love it, absolutely love it. I never like saying anything bad about anything, but I tell you what, I don't mind giving praise for stuff that I absolutely love, and it really works. If anyone's considering getting it, where the sheds are there? Believe me, it's worth it. Actually, I'm not so sure now. I'm just second guessing myself at the moment. No, I was going to put it with the spreader. But I've changed my mind again. I think what I'm doing now is correct. Because I think where the spreader is, it's not high enough because I've got the extension on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it down here where the other trailer is. So I think that's higher up. I'll just get back in the cabin. I think I'm making myself dizzy. I think there's a spare. Yeah, there's a spare spot over here. I think it's got its name on it. Where are we? Can I see out there? Not really. I'm going to have to go out because I haven't got no mirrors to cover my sides. Here we go. I'll tell you what, this trailer is steering the tractor because it's so heavy. Little Bessie, keep her straight. We must be getting close. Almost there. I reckon about here. That's good enough for me. Right, now what have I got to do? Oh, yes, so the garden sheds. Yeah, well, I'm starting to get my way around the farm now. I feel like I'm, at least I know where things are now. Before, I remember the first couple of days I was stumbling around. But in all fairness, it was a new map. Well, there we go. Okay, now a couple of thrilling essential viewing now. Off to the creek, fill up a tank and let's water some lettuces. How's that sound, eh? Doesn't that sound riveting? Simply essential viewing. My trees are painted about that little one. Alright, let's have a look where we are. Just get a bit more forward. We're gonna beat it. Yep. Wait for the ripple. Whoa. Don't pull me in. For refill. Excellent. A little white. It looks like a ghost gum to me, but I know it's not native to where I'm from. But to me it just looks like a little ghost gum. Where am I going over here? give one more for the other side. I'm not going to fill it right up. And then I'm going to call this episode. It will be getting pretty soon. We'll be going to have some really busy episodes, which will be more entertaining. Like, some people don't mind watching this. I certainly don't mind doing it, but I do get it, you know. I mean, you probably don't want to, I don't know, you know, I'd never call doing what you enjoy boring, but I'm sure other people are looking for other elements that are yet to come. Anyway, it is what it is. It's farming, and that's what it's all about. I mean, come on, mate. I nearly got you. I'll get you next time. I mean, it's not as if we're playing GTA or anything, and that's I'm not having a dig at GTA, but you know, just two completely different games. I mean, I used to play GTA as well too. Crazy game. Didn't mean I didn't like it though. I played one of the very first ones. I've forgotten which one it was. Oh, here we got 7 litres. I forgot what we're up to, and 14,000. So it must be this one here. Right. Okay, it's this one here. All right, I'll disconnect that. Gonna spin around. There's a nice handy shed right behind me. Gonna make well and truly good use of a perfectly good shed. Yeah, that'll do. Right. Well, folks, much appreciated your company. Really do hope to see you again or hear from you again. Yeah, and if anyone is familiar with the DaVinci Resolve, I'd be more than happy to hear anything you've got to say in the comments. And we'll see everybody again next episode. Bye for now.